program, and you've had tough losses before, and you've rebounded. Can you talk about your mentality and what you tell the team in the wake of a very tough loss?
We got to get ready for a really, really good football team. You know, Temple's playing really, really well. It's going to be the most physical battle that we have all year, and that's our focus. I mean, it's not an Air Force. Our focus is preparing and getting ready for the best we can for a really, really good Temple team, and this is a really good team.
Mr. Gladchuk pointed out that there is a history here of, after some of your most difficult losses, some of the times when it looked bleak, the next game you've had some really impressive wins. Do you fall back on that, the fact that you have proven that you can bounce back?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, you really do that, but you got to think about the here and now. I mean, you talk about some stuff, but really it's looking about, you know, what this team's doing, how can this team improve, what are things we got to get better at, how do we get ready for a really good Temple team coming in and get going for them. But that's our approach, trying to find a way to get ready for Temple.
Right, and you've talked all the time about after big wins, they got everyone patting you on the back. Well, right now, you got the fans they're restless. What you tell your guys, cut out the noise, right?
I mean, you have to. I mean, there's a reason, you know, Saban called that stuff rat poison. I mean, especially now with social media. I mean, everybody's always had an opinion, but now you can actually express it and people see it.
Right.
Like before, people would express it, but you never heard it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But everybody has their own Instagram. Everybody has their own Twitter. You know, you have your own account, social media. The older people have Facebook. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, everybody voices their opinion, but that's what's great about the world and great about our country. Everybody has an opinion. We just can't worry about that.
Right.
I mean, you write your articles, people write their articles, say whatever they want to say, but we don't listen to it.
So, with the offense, what's your thoughts on how to get things back the way we know that they can be, the way the triple option is? We've seen it run to perfection here before. How do you get it back clicking the way that you need it to?
Well, just got to continue to stay at it, Wags. We got to coach better. We got to play better at all positions. You know, it's the nature of the position and of football. Everybody sees a quarterback. Like, you can watch it play, and I guarantee you, in the stadium, 100% of the people are looking at the quarterback.
Right.
Nobody will look at the left guard. Nobody will look at the wide receiver. Nobody, unless they throw the ball to the wide receiver. But nobody will watch the wide receiver from snap to whistle. When the ball snaps, you're going to watch the ball.
Right.
I mean, everybody watches the ball. It's nothing bad. It's just the way you watch games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, obviously, you know, everybody, you know, talks about the quarterback, blah, 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 but we have so much improvement all the way around the board.
Right.
You know what I mean? If the quarterback, you know, was playing horrible and everybody else is playing great, then we got to do some stuff. But everybody's quick to point the finger at him. He needs to change. We all got to get better.
Right.
I mean, coaching, it's the whole team.
So that's kind of and on that point, I was going to ask you, has there been any consideration of moving Malcolm back to slot back, or do you feel that
Wags, we talk about every position. We talk about every position every day.
Right.
You know, we need to make a change here. What's going, you know what I mean? So that's what you do. So it's kind of comical to me when people say, have you ever considered that? Duh.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, what do you think we do all day?
Right.
I mean, if we just stay at home and watch TV and come to practice. I mean, yes, we talk about him, we've talked about the nose guard, we talk about the corners, talking about safety. That's what you do.
Right.
You talk personnel every single day.
Right. But the bottom line is, at this point, you feel the offense as a whole needs to get better. It's not Malcolm this or that. It's about getting the offense right in its entirety.
I feel like if we were playing great everywhere else and he was the one guy, then you definitely need, you know, to change. But that's not the case at all. I mean, we well, just look at last week. But you know, it was the entire offense. That wasn't. You know, Malcolm was running for his life. And so,
it wasn't on Malcolm.
Yeah, but it's always the case. You know what I mean? And I don't have a problem with that because that's every program.
Right.
That's NFL. It's college. You know, just everywhere. So it's I understand because that's where people look at.
How's Zach doing?
He's getting better. He's getting better. He's got it. You know, getting better. Like, I'm probably questionable to probable. We did better today, doing more. But you know, so we'll still wait and see.
Dalen Morris didn't make the trip. Was he punished, or was there something up with him?
No, it was a health reason, but he's back up.
Right. So he's back with the W. Obviously, us armchair quarterbacks think we all have the answers to how to fix the offense, but you're the expert who's been doing this for 20-plus years. What's your thoughts on what you do? You just go back to work?
Well, I really don't understand what the problem is. Yeah, we played bad last week, and again, it's, my responsibility. I take some responsibility for it. We had a bad plan. I didn't prepare us well, but again, I went back and watched our first 4 games. We were running our offense. Every now and then, we didn't execute as well as we need to, but we're running our offense. And again, I don't know what is so different about it. We play a game in a gun, and it didn't go well for us. We didn't have a good plan. But again, we just go back to work. Came out today and had a very, very solid practice. I guess it's all you can do. You can't sit around and abandon ship or anything like that. Just gotta go back to work. That's all I know how to do. That's all I'm going to do is get these guys ready to play the next game.
And obviously, I mean, like Coach just said, there's so much focus on the quarterback, and people don't see what else goes wrong on a particular play, who didn't block whom, who missed an assignment. Is it tough? Because, I mean, obviously, I heard from Malcolm's mom, because she hears from the Navy fans, Malcolm, oh, darn Malcolm. Do you try to pick him up a little bit and just say, hey, man?
Malcolm's expression, the way he is, and how he handles everything, it doesn't bother him at all. Again, people don't watch the film in detail like us as coaches doing. We're not playing well, but it's not all Malcolm. And we all can play better. We can coach better. I can put in better game plans. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to what we do and watch film, game plan, get a better game plan in, and go out and play.
Well, that's what I think Coach said after the Air Force game outside the locker room when someone said, well, how do you think of Malcolm? He said, we got to help him. We got to give him the right, so it's kind of on you guys to give him the plan, because he can make it happen when he.
I mean, again, you always play to, your players' strengths and what they do well. People question about Malcolm throwing the football. He can throw the football. He threw 2 good passes on Saturday. One he completed, one we dropped. So, I mean, the kid can throw the football. Again, it's just a matter of protecting. Running good routes and catching the football. And again, all that's going to come. There's a lot more football to be played. And again, yes, we went out there and again, I put in a bad game plan, my man, and we went out there and they got after us. And again, that's my responsibility. So now, what I need to do is go back and regroup myself, look at myself, and get a better game plan in, do a better job of calling plays, do a better job of putting these kids in position to be successful, and help the quarterback be successful as well.
Right, because ultimately it's about execution. I mean, when you don't execute, that's what it looks bad, but when you do, it can be a thing of beauty, right?
It's about execution, taking care of the football, being detailed, and then just playing full speed and playing fast. That's what we have to start doing.
In the wake of a bad game, everybody wants to point fingers. Can you just talk about your mindset as a quarterback and getting back to work here today and trying to get better?
I think it'll be easy to come out here and be down. The whole team be down and just accept, that we got our butts whooped. And I think the team has come out to practice. We were a little bit more upbeat than usual. And I think we're ready to push on and get after Temple.
You played quarterback in high school, so you know the drill a lot. When things don't go well and the offense doesn't look good, the quarterback gets a lot of the blame. I heard from your mom, and she heard the fans in the stands complaining about Malcolm. Can you talk about how do you ignore that kind of noise and just push through? You're a confident guy. I don't think you let that stuff bother you, but Coach Jasper said you're pretty same expression all the time. But just tell me your thoughts, because I mean sometimes it's got to be hard when you hear the complaints.
Right. I mean, I think that's a part of football. I think I'm guilty of it myself. Like in the NFL, if the Titans aren't doing good, I'm blaming the quarterback. So I think it's just a part of football. I don't let it affect me. I don't pay attention to it. The only thing I can do is come out here and practice and try to get better, try to help the team win. So.
Right. Well, and obviously that's what Coach said. The key is to get back to work and go out this coming week and play Navy football. All will be forgotten if Navy rushes for 400 yards like we know they can and has a big win. Is that kind of the mindset? We just, execute and
exactly
right.
Yeah, that's exactly the mindset. I mean, when everything's down, it's easy to point fingers, and when everything's good, and nobody really cares. So that's pretty much the mindset.